Welcome to Cornerstone Today. This is a daily moment in the Word designed to help you start your day grounded, steady, and focused on what matters most. Each weekday morning we'll open Scripture together, seeking clarity, strength, and hope for the day ahead. This is about learning to walk with Jesus in real life, right where you are. Let's begin today in the Word. Well, good morning and welcome to Cornerstone Today. It's Matthew Allen. It is a brand new week and we are already headed toward the middle of February. Can you believe it? The time is just marching on. And so today we're going to continue our study in Philippians. We have been in chapter 2, and today we're looking specifically at verses 14 through 16. And here we're going to be thinking about one of the quiet dangers in our spiritual life. Often is not outright rebellion. Often we deal with slow discouragement. Our faithfulness can become tiring, and obedience can feel costly. And before we realize it, faith begins to sound more like a complaint than confidence. And it's Paul who speaks directly to that moment. He says in verse 14, "Do everything without grumbling or complaining." Now, that sentence sounds simple, but it really cuts deep. Because Paul is not addressing theology here. He is addressing the tone or the perspective of our life. Grumbling reveals a heart that has lost sight of hope. And arguing often signals frustration with the way that God works. Neither moves faith forward. Paul is not saying that we never struggle. He is saying that struggle should not define how we live or speak. And he explains to us why this matters. He says, so that you may be blameless and pure, children of God who are faultless in a crooked and perverted generation. And so Paul is not calling out for perfection. He is calling for distinctiveness. In a world shaped by cynicism, outrage, and constant dissatisfaction, we have been called to look different. Not louder, not harsher, but steadier. And I think that's why Paul uses this image. He says at the end of verse 15, among whom you shine like stars in the world. Now, stars don't argue with the darkness, and they don't complain about the night. They simply shine. Light does its work quietly, but unmistakably. And it's Jesus who said the same thing in Matthew 5. He says, you are the light of the world. Let your light shine before others. And so our witness is not only in what we believe, but in how we carry faith when life is difficult. In verse 16 of Philippians 2, Paul says, hold firm to the word of life. And that is where endurance comes from. We don't shine by trying harder to be positive. We shine by holding tightly to the truth. The word of life steadies us when circumstances shake us, and it keeps faith from decaying into complaint. And Paul tells us that this kind of faithfulness brings us joy. Not just to other Christians, but to those who have invested in them. Faith lived well encourages others to keep growing. And so here's the application for today. Pay attention to the tone of your faith this week, especially when life is inconvenient or frustrating, and to ask God to replace your grumbling with gratitude and to hold firmly to His word when weariness creeps in. Because we do not shine by winning arguments. We shine by living with steady hope. And in a dark world, quiet faithfulness still gives light. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for spending these moments in the Word today. As you go, remember this. Faithfulness is built one ordinary day at a time. Keep walking with Jesus. Keep listening. Keep trusting. God is at work all the time. Join us again every weekday morning for another moment of encouragement and truth here on Cornerstone Today.